The next topic which is going to see is about document object module. So the earlier slide I've just given few codings regarding JavaScript. Those who are unaware of this JavaScript, you can just copy the code and paste it in Notepad, and the extension should be .html. So if that's the case, the coding will work. So now our objective is that we want to create a mobile application. So for that, what we need, the very first aspect is DOM. So let us see what is DOM is all about. If you want to convert an HTML into a DOM model, it will convert the controls of HTML into a tree-like structure, so that if it is in the proper structure, then it can be easily accessible. So the objective is that, and this is the diagrammatical representation of DOM tree. So this is the document you'll be having it, and the root. Generally you'll be starting with the HTML tag, and we will consider that as a root. So below the HTML tag, what are the controls that we're just going to add? Everything will be as an element. Say for example, if you have two elements, I can give an example for that. Even a login screen, you will be having user ID and you will be having a password. So the user ID, the text box will be an element, and the user ID, that is the text box number 2, is the element number 2. If you are using DOM architecture, so you will be having the username as a label part as element 1, then followed by that control of the user ID is element 2, followed by the password as element 3, I mean the password label, then the password text box is element number 4, and finally the button is element number 5. The thing is that we can customize even a static page into a dynamic page without using any server application. So the objective is like that. So we want to convert our page into a tree-like structure so that it can be easily customized. So why? In the sense that it will avoid the refreshing rate. So what is the refreshing rate? Is that each and every time you just gives the control will just go to the server and just check for the validation. So if you are using this DOM there is a DOM tree structure, it will reduce that particular round trip. Okay, what does round trip means? The time taken for that client page reaches the server and vice versa. So let us see a few DOM keywords. So we will be having three things like parent, children, sibling. Each and every control will be organized like this. That is starting from the parents, then the children, then sibling. That is, you can able to access the control. Say for example, the user is a label is a parent, and the user customization part will be in the aspect of children and sibling. For understanding aspect, we are just seeing this. For example, the example just gives a very clear approach. So you can able to see here. So that is the HTML is a parent node, then the element is the first child, and the next one is the element within that element is called as the child of itself, sibling. So if you are very much familiar with this approach, we can customize the page very easily. Now let us see that how we can able to access the element from that. So for that, we are having a new terminology called as get element. Get element will be having the method and property. Say for example, if you want to access the what is there in the text box number 1, you can use this get element to access that value, and as well as the control of the particular control. There is the text box. Sorry. And what are other things that you should know? Div tag, then the document.getElement by ID, then in HTML that value. So what are these four different aspects? The very first thing is that div tag. It will divide your page. It works very good if you want to convert a page into a mobile application. Then followed by the get element document.getElement by ID, the div name, because you'll be having plenty of controls. The control will be identified using the div name. Finally, the inner HTML, it works very fantastically. That, say for example, even the static text that can be changed if you use in HTML. Finally, the dynamic value in the aspect of value. There are three ways for accessing a DOM element: get element by ID, by name, by class name. The class name we'll just see later. So two important aspect is that ID. Say for example, if you have two text box, the text box can be identified by ID. Then followed by the tag name. We are just extending in the aspect of the tag name to avoid more confusion. And we are just seeing a small example. Say for example, here we are having a function called as checkdiff. So those who are fresher, those who are non-IT, no need to worry about that. Just simply just copy the code and put it in the notepad. In the extension should be .html. It works fine. You will understand that how it works. Okay, so this is the main page. As I said that we are having a div tag. The div tag is having an ID d1, and on click we are having a function. If we are having one more div tag, just copy this, put it in here, change the ID name and also the function name. Okay, so now, so we are having a function called checkdiff. So if we are using the second methodology called document.getElementById d1. D1 is the ID of div tag. Dot inner HTML, that X, and we are the X will be storing the inner HTML value of div tag, and finally printing the value. So what is there? So we'll be having, this is the content of div. This will be stored there. So likewise, we can fully control the div tag value. Okay, so the first session is all about how to have the traditional JavaScript. Now we have introduced a new concept called as div methodology. I think you have got the very clear point that why we are using div, because we are just going to convert a web page into a mobile application. Just stay tuned for the next session.